Hello, Chevrutot. I hope you enjoyed your study in reading our two parables. First, I wanted to correct an assumption. The point was not that there was a content relationship between the two, but just to see how the parable developed over time. And I want to tell you three things about parables. The first is I love the Nathan parable because David gets drawn into the story and starts making conclusions based on that story until he finds out it's really about him. And it shows the power of storytelling as it is, which is a microcosm for how we study the entire Torah. We read these stories about the patriarchs and the matriarchs and prophets and all of these people. We read them, we study them, we understand them, and ultimately, always, if we do it right, we see ourselves in them, or we see a challenge to ourselves in them. It always comes back to us, and that is the core message of the parable. Second is it is an important way of understanding Torah study as well, because it shows that early on we understood that there are different ways to understand meaning, to understand depth. The parable points out that it's not just through law, it's not just through storytelling. Some metaphor or parables is another way that we might understand, that we really believe in multiple pathways to ultimate truth. And the third, when you get to this wheat one, is that as parables develop and become more and more layered and complex, we get this notion that actually it's where it doesn't work that the meaning comes in. It's where the parable falls apart a little bit that we're challenged to let ourselves in and be the next step in understanding. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you start, sharing your own metaphors and analogies with each other. And I hope you enjoy next week as we study the prophets.